Okay, next up, now that we have the template cut out to the way we want it, we're going to shave this entire blank down to get it to the thickness that we want the center of the board. It's real important that you maybe use an existing board, or like, you know, this is going to be similar to a lost short round, and I know on the website a 5.3 lost short round is like 2.2 inches thick, or roughly. So I ultimately need the center of this board to end up 2.2 inches thick. The only way to really measure the center, you can't measure this side because it's the way the blank is, it's just already shaved down on the rails. So I made this tool, and maybe there's another way to do it, but I don't know how. But I just put together a couple pieces of wood and drilled them together, and this thing's adjustable. So now I can go through here, and I just did it, but you can get to the center, pull it out, take a tape measure to it, and this is right around 2 3/4. So this needs, the middle of this blank needs to go to a little bit less than 2 1/4. So I'm taking off almost a 1/2 inch, actually a little bit more than a 1/2 inch. So yeah, there's 2 tools, really 3 tools you can use to shave this entire board down evenly. The way this board is right now is it has a medium amount of rocker. I think most of your blanks are going to come and like this and look like this with this amount of rocker roughly. And you know, this is a smaller wave board, so I'll probably keep a medium amount of rocker. So first step first, shave it evenly down until the middle of the board is the thickness that you want it to be. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use 2 tools. So if you don't have a planer, an actual electric planer, you can put together one of these. It's just 60 grit sandpaper on a fence slat. And then I took black duct tape and I taped it to the back, so it's just like a really flat surface. And you can drag back and forth, even strokes, all the way down till it gets to where you need it to go. But it's real important you have a flat surface. I'd recommend shaving it down on the bottom, just because there's less curvature on the bottom. It's more flat. And literally just take it up and down until you get it where you need to be. The issue with that is the stringer isn't going to sand as fast as the foam. So you can get one of these like razor blade planers. I don't even know what these are called really, but and then you can actually trim the stringer down how you need to, and it'll come off in slices. So you get it down a little bit and then sand the foam down until it's even with the stringer. Get it down a little bit, sand the foam down until it's even with the stringer, and until the thickness you need it. And you can keep checking it, you know, as you get lower and lower, just to see where you want to be. So again, bring the whole blank down with the center and get the center to where you need it to be. I'm going to use a planer. These are dangerous in a sense that you can so easily shave off more foam than you want to. I set this thing at just barely up. I mean, the first reading is 1/64th of an inch. I set it between 0 and 1/64th, so I'm at like 1/28th of an inch, and that's plenty just because this thing is so easy that it just doesn't take that long at 1/28th of an inch to get it down to where you need to get it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start this. Another thing with the planer is it doesn't take the whole foam down evenly, so you kind of have to be real careful and count your strokes as you go through, and even still it's kind of wobbly. So what I'll do is I'll get it down close to where I need it, and then I'll take the sandpaper, because this really flattens everything out, and take it back and forth and get it much flatter. So that's it in a nutshell. I'll go ahead and get started and see how it goes. Okay, so I took the planer and I've got it about, I've shaved it down to about, so I said I needed it around a little less than 2 1/4. Right now it's about 2 1/2, and it was originally 2 3/4. So I've shaved about as half what I need to. It's starting to get a little off with the planer just because I suck with the planer. So what I'm gonna do is now shift to this guy here and flatten it all back out and get it all one smooth surface that's even with the stringer. And then I'll go back to the planer again, get it a little bit closer to where I need it, then use this again, smooth it all back out, and just keep doing that until I'm where I need to be, which is a little less than 2 1/4. Okay, so now I've taken the sandpaper on the board and I've got it so it's completely smooth. It looks really good. I mean, if you look at it from this angle, it's just perfect, really. I mean, it's just one smooth surface that matches the existing rocker of the blank for the most part. Something I forgot to mention is you do need to shave the top down too. You can't just shave the bottom up to where the thickness is where it needs to be without touching the top. For one reason, the blank itself has all these deformations and things in it, and even if it was smooth, it has some sort of coating on it that makes it, you can't glass on this raw blank foam. You really just need to shave at least like a 1/16 of an inch of it off. There's not much on the top, but you do need to shave some off and get it down. But the thing that's tough about shaving down the top is when you bring a planer through this arc right here, the planer sometimes doesn't touch, so you're not matching the rocker or the existing board. So a couple different challenges, but like I said, you need to get this off. So that's what I'm going to do next. All right, I shaved down the top, and by the time I'd got it real smooth and shaved down so that entire coat was off, this thing is just about where it needs to be in terms of thickness. Like I said, I wanted it between 2.18 and 2.2. Right now it's about 2.3 probably. I'm gonna leave it like that. I can always shave down a little bit more once I keep shaping, but for now I think I'm ready to start the rails. Again, I mean, if you look back here, the tail is probably thicker than it's going to end up being, and definitely with the nose there's a lot more thickness here, obviously, but I like waiting towards the end to really thin those out if I need to. I mean, I like my tail a little bit thicker, but yeah, I mean, this thing is where I want it to be to start the rails, so I'm going to walk you through that process. We're going to do these things called rail bands. So yeah.